Hi, my name is Brooke Lippman,
And I'm Dr. Deb Lippman,
and this is Wine Together.
a podcast where we drink some wine and have a chat.
So sit back, relax, and get that corkscrew ready. Last week we talked about music. This week we'll be talking about Christmas movies.
At first I thought you were going to say Christmas music, and I thought, oh yeah, let's just,
Should
but
have.
could have added that into last week. But I want to say, it's not very early morning here. I got up very early this morning, but since it's morning here, I have a mimosa. But since we're talking about Christmas movies, I also have eggnog. Hold on, let me
Oh,
turn my little gnome around.
I should have gotten some eggnog.
Yeah, well, can we find it there? I
I
gotta
don't know.
get the recipe before I come back because I really want to try to make it.
Okay.
Okay, with some spice rum.
hmm
Okay, so I'll start with mimosa. What are you drinking?
I have wine. It's
Well,
red wine. I don't remember which wine it is.
you've
It's
got to
from
get better about telling me what you drink because I just love to hear your red wines because I don't get a lot of red wine here. Not good stuff,
this one's
but
okay.
it's pretty.
hmm
I have so many favorite Christmas movies, and you know the first one I have to start
A Christmas Story?
with. Yes, I
Okay.
remember you guys would get so upset. We don't want to watch that movie again. I would make it run for 24 hours from Christmas Eve into Christmas morning. I'm sorry.
We used to
It
all
was
know
so
it word
funny.
for word.
You did. You knew exactly what was happening next. And then, but my favorite line, you know what my favorite line in there is?
You'll shoot your eye out. You'll
No.
shoot your eye out.
No.
No, not that one.
Fragile. Must be
Fragile.
Italian. It must be Italian. Yes. And I love the movie. And so one year, oh, I guess it was a first year, our first year in Switzerland, because, we got there in July. And
hmm
then, by the time Christmas rolls around, the family was coming to visit because it was our first Christmas there. So a lot of the family came to visit us in Switzerland. And so, of course, I didn't have the movie,
Yeah.
but I had to, because I thought that, the normal tradition was dad would go help you guys move into your dorms. And I thought that was going to be the same. But then dad at Christmas says, I'm booking you a flight and you're going to go help Ren move back into the dorm.
hmm
And I thought, by myself? Traveling by myself? No, 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 no.
hmm
But I did. And I'm so glad I did because I got to watch A Christmas Story on the plane. And guess what? The fact that I couldn't hear it didn't matter because I know the movie by heart and I was just repeating it. It was so funny. But yeah, that was so. And I also got to watch The Family Stone, which is another just absolute favorite Christmas movie of mine. But I want to hear it because there's been so many different Christmas movies since you have come out. So yours are definitely different traditions than mine.
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, okay. There wasn't a question in there, so I was waiting for you to ask. Um, well, I mean, I like all the classics like Home Alone and Elf and oh, what's the other one? I don't know, but I also really love the Nutcracker. So,
Absolutely, and I understand that. Coming from your background as a dancer, having been able to perform in the Nutcracker, with a big company and small
mhm.
companies, and you've that I can see. I mean, it has become a favorite of mine too by getting to watch you in those productions.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I love to watch the Nutcracker with you every year. I love our Christmas Eve tradition of Home Alone in Switzerland. It has just been so much fun. And I just even thinking about it now, you see the grin on my face. I'm
Yeah.
so excited about
Mhm.
it. Very, very excited about it.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, wow. I love those. Now, when I was a kid, there were these animated shows.
Okay.
The Frosty the Snowman that came out
Yeah.
around this time. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah. Well,
Those
your
would be like you
red-nosed
two.
reindeer was the different one from mine, because mine was like the claymation kind of one.
That's the one I'm talking about, is the claymation ones. I'm
Oh, okay.
sorry, not the animated. The animated one though was Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
And they got the little scraggly Christmas tree. Well, let me tell you, I still love that one. But yeah, the claymation type ones are the ones I'm talking about. But then, Elf used a little bit of that in
Hmm.
so when I very first saw Elf, I thought, I love this. But
Hmm.
I love Elf because he's in New York in the winter and absolutely a beautiful time to be in New York. I love New York in the spring, love New York in the winter.
Hmm.
I've not spent a summer in New York, I don't think,
No?
or an autumn, and I want to see New York in autumn. I still want to do that, but yeah, so I've been there spring and winter a few
Hmm.
times. But yeah, and I'm not gonna, I didn't, obviously, I'm missing it this year. I'm not gonna get autumn this year. But sometime I hope that we can. Yeah,
Hmm.
and so, but yeah, because so next, yeah, this is not a Christmas movie, but one of my favorite kind of traditions around this time of year, though, is also having watched the Macy's Christmas parade on
It's
Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day
Yeah,
parade,
and so,
so
but
that's Christmas. It's
oh, I
the
guess it is. That's when they're ringing in Christmas because they bring Santa down. Um, I don't know what. Do they bring him down Broadway? I don't know what street they bring him down. But anyway, Fifth Avenue probably. But anyway, I love, I used to love to watch that as a kid because to me that was really bringing in Christmas. And that's why I really don't think of Christmas before Thanksgiving as, a Southern American. And so
Mhm.
that, when y'all were little, I was like, I was really strict about not doing anything. But boy, let me tell you, the minute that parade is over and Santa's coming down and I've got Thanksgiving dishes washed, I'm ready to decorate.
Mhm.
Always. Yeah. But oh wow, there's so many good Christmas movies. I love the music and the
Mhm.
Christmas. I should have looked some of the newer ones, because I'm not crazy about the Prince movies. I'm not talking about the artists that sing music. I'm talking about there's like several movies about a prince
Mhm.
in Christmas, and I'm not
Yeah.
crazy about those. But
No, I've
I love any of them. Any of the ones that are about small towns and something happens, always somebody gets together. I love those movies and books. Oh my
you just
goodness.
Hallmark movies.
Yeah, Hallmark movies. Absolutely. Absolutely. I
I like.
love them all.
There's one Hallmark movie that is about the Nutcracker and a ballerina, and it's really good. The guy from Center Stage was in it. You don't know who I'm talking about.
I, I don't know if I know the actor that you're talking about.
Not the one that looked like Patrick Swayze but wasn't Patrick Swayze. The other actor.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember. I think I remember the movie because it's a former dancer at this studio who's home or maybe had to leave college for financial reasons or something. I don't remember. But anyway, goes back to the studio and is helping with the production. Or they thought the studio was going to have to close, and she said, "No, let's at least do." No, not that one. Do you know that one? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I don't know what you're
Okay.
talking about.
Maybe I'm making up a story that somebody needs to make a movie out of.
I'm talking about the one with Sophia Lucia in it.
I guess remind me of the movies. Tell me the story because I
And
don't.
basically, this girl was a professional ballerina and she was about to make her debut in the Nutcracker, but the night of her debut, her sister died in a car accident, and her sister had a baby girl, so she moved home instead of becoming a professional dancer to take care of the baby, and that baby was put into dance classes and is now like in a pre-professional program and gets cast in the Nutcracker at a professional company in Philadelphia. And I don't that's about all I remember.
I'm crying. I would. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh my god. That sounds like a movie I would love. I would
Exactly.
love that. I'm sure.
I
You're
watched it with Jana one year.
oh wow. Okay, so definitely look that one up for me. Because that sounds like something
I don't
I'd
think
really
we can
fall for that one.
be here.
Um, sorry.
Think can
Yeah.
my coworker.
Uh, and everything, like if I were to bring anything there, it'd have to be on Blu-ray. Is that right? Is that what the PS5 plays? I don't know how to play.
It might not even work because the discs from the US are different from discs in Switzerland. So it might not work because it would have to be from Switzerland.
Okay, so I love those movies. Those kinds of movies, I like. But I always wonder, and here I know every time we talk about movies, I talk about the writers.
Mhm.
Um, how do they come up with these type storylines? I mean, did they experience something so sad themselves? Or do they know somebody who did? I mean, because it's just, here's the thing. Yesterday, I was,
Mhm.
I was, kind of looking for my grandson's birthday gifts.
Oh, great.
And, came across this book signing, and there were lots of local authors there. And so, of
Mhm.
course, I couldn't buy one book and not buy one from every single author there, right? Because you know how I am, I'm weird. And so, but I talked to every author there. I mean, I was going in there thinking I'd just kill 15 minutes, and I was there an hour and 15 minutes because I stopped at every single table and listened to every story from every author. And so, I had got to the third table, and this lady's telling me all about, this grief journal that she wrote. She said, I wrote it because, you know, I really had, she said, I struggled to figure out my grief when my husband passed away. She says, so I wrote a book of my poetry, and on each page, I left some lines for somebody else in their grief process to journal their, whether they want to write poetry themselves or journal, through their process.
Mhm.
I said, "Oh, that's really nice." And then she tells me about her book of poetry, and then she was telling me about her grandson the other day had to write poetry in school, and he told everybody he's 7 years old. Told everybody, "Oh, I know the best poet in the world. It's my grandma."
Oh,
And so, she was telling me all this story and everything, and so I kind of moved on. I said, "I'm going to come see everybody. I promise. I wanted to meet everybody, hear everybody's story. Then I'm going to go through and do the buying part."
yeah.
And so I moved on, and then I didn't, I just started the buying process.
Mhm.
And so I ended up being with her last, the lady
Mhm.
that I had talked to. And so everybody had such a good story. There were children's authors there. There were people who wrote books about, their own story. And
Mhm.
it just, and there was, just, there's this one, kind of, I guess it's adult fiction, but I don't even know if I want to read it. I'm scared to death to read it. I think I might just give it to Crystal. I hope she
Okay.
doesn't listen to this beforehand, because I think, but I don't want her to think that I think she likes that kind of book. You know what I'm saying? But the author did sign it, and it's a first edition. So I don't know. I don't know what I should do about it. Maybe I should just keep it and read it. I don't know. That's weird. But anyway, so I come back around to that lady at the end,
Uh-huh.
and at this point, I said something about I really want the grief journal, and she says, "You want the grief journal?" She was like kind of confused because I had been talking about your dad, and so she knew he was alive. I said, "Yeah, my mother passed away on Mother's Day,"
Mhm.
and she said, "Oh," she said, "I've got a poem in here for you."
Mhm.
Gonna cry, and she read it to me,
Mhm.
and I sat there in the middle with all these people just crying. That's oh, it's so beautiful. Blah blah blah. She said, "Well, I've already signed this book for you, and I want to give it to you as my gift." I said, "No, no, 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 no. I want to buy the book. I want to buy. No, no, no. This is a gift to you." And then I bought her other book of poetry,
Mhm.
and I thought, you know, this is kind of the feeling I get at Christmas,
Mhm.
and I always blame it kind of on the movies and the books that I read and stuff like that. But I think it's just kind of, just kind of I don't want to say I call it my environmental genetics.
Mhm.
It's kind of the culture I was raised in to kind of feel this way at the holidays. And sometimes I used to feel like it's sappy, but now it's just kind of, I just accept it. So
Mhm.
I love those movies, those writers who write those movies. I do love it. And of course, at some of the good books that I read last year at Christmas, they were funny and they were sad and that kind of stuff. But it just, I I kind of I do wonder about these people who write these stories for the holidays. Are
Mhm.
they sad? I mean, are they just happen to know something, or are they just that good a writer?
I don't know. I don't particularly like the writing for Hallmark movies. I don't
Oh, I do.
I don't put that much work into it.
Yeah. Oh, I think they
They
do.
don't have to, because that's kind of the point, is that they don't have to put that kind of work into it, and people will still watch it. I just don't like the kind of like sappy
You know
romance.
what I look for in a Christmas movie? Snow.
Like that snow.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's not
Or
snow
the
for
movie gets
sure.
more all
Like
melted.
I don't think I could ever, I probably could love a island holiday movie. I'm sure I could, but I definitely always think of snow. And, and there's some great, there used to be, I don't know, because again, it's been 5 years since we've been able to watch kind of Netflix shows, American Netflix shows. We have to watch the Swiss Netflix shows. And so the American Netflix shows at Christmas, we don't get. But I did get hooked on this one from Norway. There's a
Huh.
Norwegian Christmas show, and it's about a girl. She's single. She's like, I think she's maybe in her 30s. She's
Okay.
never been married, and she lives on her own and loves. Oh, there's a spider on my computer. Sorry. And so but she every year at the holidays, her family wants her to find someone, and she's just like, "What's wrong with who I am?" And so I love that show because she's very well put together. Sorry, can you give me a minute?
Yeah.
I got a spider, a green spider that just weird looking. Yeah, that's a good show, and of course there's lots of snow because they're in Norway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
You know what movie I really liked that we watched that one time? A Bad Mom's Christmas.
I love those. Baranski's in it. And she's such a bad mom, but she actually turns out to be a great mom. She's
I
a great
haven't
mom. But
I haven't seen the original movie, the like about or Bad Moms or whatever it is. But I really liked the Christmas one. I thought that was really good.
I absolutely loved it because I know that pressure of wanting the house to be perfect. I know that pressure. And I still put myself under that kind of craziness, that crazy kind of pressure. Um, I do want the house kind of perfect every year. I want the food to be perfect. I want, it just, and so, but this year, everything's going to be the fact that, I'll be home.
Mhm.
And that's going to be enough. I can
Mhm.
promise you that. Of course, I hope there's snow. We
Yeah.
rarely get snow on Christmas there in that part of Switzerland.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
don't.
it's different.
Well, we got snow one Christmas, like on Christmas, but it wasn't very much. It just came down a
Yeah.
little bit.
So, what do you want the story to be on your Christmas movies? What's your favorite kind of storyline?
Well, I love Home Alone. I
I
think
do
the
too.
destruction.
I don't recall. I think I've only seen the third one once, and I don't recall anything from
I have not seen the third one. I am so
it.
scared of. I think I might watch it, uh, like sometime this week, so that it's before Christmas time, so I'm not as disappointed. Because
I love, love, love the first one.
there's like a fourth one now too, and apparently it's also terrible. So
I hadn't heard that there's a fourth one. Okay.
it just
I
came out.
love the first one, and I thought the second one was okay. I love the bird lady in the park.
Yes, I love the Bird
It's so
Lady.
funny because when I go to the park, I think I'm looking for that lady.
Well, if you're looking for the lady and you can't find her, you are the lady.
Hmm. Maybe that's what it is. I can't ever find her. It must be me. Uh, yeah, I like that one. I do. But I
But
still
yeah,
like the first one better.
the first one's just such a classic. It's so
It
good.
is. It is. It is. It's got every element of a good movie.
Yeah. But here's the
Uh,
thing, that's why you can't do more than two. of Home Alones because why mess with perfection? The first one was already perfect. The second one improved on a few things and it was kind
Yep.
of going downhill. So you
Yeah.
can't do, especially when it's not Kevin anymore.
Yeah.
What
Exactly.
is that?
Yeah. I
So
do love that house in Chicago, but I do love the hotel in New York. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. The storylines are just hilarious, and of course, what a kind person Kevin is.
yeah.
You know, um, and it's so funny because I often when a character has that quality that, or any quality, but especially kindness, I always think that the actor is the exact same way.
Yeah, no, not always. But I mean, I've heard that Macaulay Culkin's a really nice person.
Yeah,
He's
and
married
so
to London Tipton.
he's what?
Married to London Tipton. You know the actress that plays London Tipton in Sweet Lips of Zack and Cody? Yeah, they're married. I think they have a baby.
That's too cute. They're adorable. Well, I do think I always kind of mix up. So if I ever hear news of an actor that has played in a certain role that I always thought was, super nice and kind, it just breaks my heart. So, but I do think, especially, with him making sure the kids got the toys.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. And the second one, that was just super.
Hmm.
Yeah. I always think, oh, I hope my kids turn out and be like that.
I don't think we did quite that much destruction.
No, I don't want you to turn out to be that far. I want you to turn out to be kind and think of others. You know, just, I do. But yeah, yeah, I love Home Alone. But
Mhm.
I like family movies at Christmas. I do, and I don't know why. It's just kind of I don't know if I have a reason, but if I do, I want to finish this mimosa so I can get to my eggnog and really get into the movies. I
Yeah.
I'm telling again, fuzzy socks, blankie, feet up on the couch so I can sit and watch a movie, sip
Yeah.
on my little cocktail.
You know what movie was so good and we also didn't watch it last year? Spirited.
Which one was that?
Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. It's
Love that movie.
so good. I just saw it came up on my Apple TV the other day and I was like,
I do love that one. Okay, I definitely want to watch that one.
oh.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be getting there late, so we're going to either be watching movies all day long, which I still want to get some Christmas market, so we got to be careful with the movie watching.
Yeah, I know
Or you're going to
because
have to stay up late and watch the movies with me and baby, because we can watch down in the office, and Jack can play on
you
right. And so, yeah,
play in
and
the
then
office.
what?
You can play in the office and we can watch on the big TV.
That's
It's
true. He
closer.
can.
You can
You're
sit
right.
close to the TV in there.
Yep, that's true. He can. You're
It's
right.
Christmas time. He gets kicked out.
Okay.
He can go to the
Fair
other room.
enough. Look, I'm good with you. I'm good with you doing that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then because we don't have to watch all the sappy Hallmark ones. I need at least one,
You
but
can watch.
I could try to find that here because yeah, on my Kindle. What
Mm.
I don't know what I can do because I can't. I don't want to flip the Netflix thing again or the
Hmm.
Disney Plus or I can't do the Apple
Get
TV either.
VPN on your Kindle. Get the VPN on your Kindle, then you can watch Netflix.
Do I
As
need
long as,
to set it to the Switzerland?
yeah,
Okay, I got you.
it's worked
Okay,
for me. I've
okay,
been able to do that. Like when it was set to the US, I was able to watch Netflix when I had my phone set to US.
okay. Before we got strict and said it is going to be Switzerland.
Hmm.
I got you. Okay, so
Yes.
I'll try to figure that out this evening. Because
Also,
yeah,
it's not a Christmas one, but I mean, it's kind of, no, it's not a Christmas show, but it's really good. It's called Bad Sisters. We've only watched one episode, but I don't know if Dad wants to wait until you're here because I don't think it's like his kind of show. It's definitely a show that we would love.
okay,
So I don't know if
okay.
he
Well, we could do that.
wants you
Definitely.
because if he
Okay.
does, I might watch ahead because it's so good.
No, it's I want to watch that show with you. But if you want, I mean, look, go ahead and watch it if you want to. I don't, I don't care.
I don't mind rewatching things. I
Okay.
rewatch.
Me either. Well, what about now? I don't know if you ever saw this movie. Um, it was called Father Christmas, I think. But
Mm-mm.
Kelsey Grammer is in it, and his
Mm-mm.
character is just an arse, to say the
Wait,
least.
is it the one where he turns into Santa Claus?
Mm-mm. Not
No.
Kelsey Grammer. No, they have this mansion. It's like a family mansion. I don't know what country it's in. I don't think it's in. No, I don't remember where it's at. But anyway, it's not in the United States. I don't think. One of the sisters, kind
Kelsey
of.
Grammer. England.
I'm sorry.
If it's Kelsey Grammer, it might be England.
Oh, it might be. And so he's
Isn't
the
it Kelsey Grammer?
father,
Am I crazy?
but it might have been the mother's parents that had the mansion.
Mhm.
And so, of course, the mom and dad are divorced, um, and so anyway, but this sister that is the one that kind of has the mansion, has kind of control of the mansion, has Christmas there. And
Mhm.
you find out it's actually in this little small town, and everybody knows the Christmases. That's their last name, Christmas.
Okay.
He's Father Christmas. But anyway, so he's kind of been out of touch with the girls. And it's just it's got the family dynamics in it. And of course, then at the end, everybody's kind of happy. But anyway, at the end they end up at the local kind of dive bar that's in this small town.
Mhm.
And evidently these girls are known for singing.
Okay.
And you don't know that, throughout the whole movie. And then at the end, they get up on stage at this tiny little bar and they all sing together. And it was so good. And I thought, oh, well, I ended up really liking the movie because there's just so many crazy family dynamics in it. Because, you got one sister that, I don't know, she's been married like 5 times or just had that many boyfriends. I don't remember if she's been married that many times. Anyway, she was kind of the wild child. Um, but and they were all different. It was kind of
Mhm.
cool. I think it's called Father Christmas. And of course, I love the Family Stone.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love the actors that are in it because they're, from my time.
Mhm.
So, you know, but
Yeah.
um,
I love the Jim Carrey How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I like any How the Grinch Stole
I
Christmas.
think it's the only version I've seen. I don't know if I've ever actually seen
No,
the.
you saw the one that Christine Baranski's in. Jim Carrey's not in that one.
Yes, that is the
Oh,
Jim
that's
Carrey.
the Jim Carrey one. He's
Yes.
the Grinch.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry. I'm so dumb.
I think the Grinch was.
Okay, I love that one.
Mhm.
I often wonder when I see that one. I
Mhm.
often wonder is Jim did Jim Carrey have a change of heart kind of thing? Again, I believe the character, not necessarily the real person.
No, I don't think he's a good person, right?
I don't know. I've never heard anything negative about him. It's time for eggnog, so we get to talk about more movies. It looks like I look like I've got snow here in my glass. It looks
Mhm.
like snowed.
I like the sunset. Also, when the sun is like coming up, it's so pretty with the snow. Oh my goodness.
The pictures you sent where we could see the Alps and still see the snow and the sun was that pink sky. It was beautiful. Thank you for those pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely put me in a holiday mood. It was starting to get cold here finally, and so yeah, that really did it for me.
I was
So let's
hoping
see how good my eggnog is.
I was hoping it would snow again because it snowed the other day when it wasn't supposed to, and it was really nice.
Oh, this is
I
good.
had a run this morning.
Oh yeah, I saw. Nice.
I mean, I couldn't run the whole time because of the snow and ice. Um, I didn't fall, so
I'm glad. I was worried about that when I saw that you sent me that. I was like, oh no. I wanted to be able to run, but please don't fall.
I get some winter running clothes so that I'm warm. But I didn't even necessarily need more than like leggings. It was actually pretty warm this morning.
Good. Main thing for me, I don't need a lot on my legs in the winter.
Mhm.
I wear the tall socks and, I might wear an underlayer, but and then, just my hiking pants. But I need 3 or 4 layers at the top because I really feel like I'm having a heart attack when I start to get when my core gets cold. I can't warm up, but
Yeah.
my legs, I just never have a problem.
Well, I
But
mean,
got my
like,
core. I just have to keep my. And I don't know if it's my age because I don't recall that when I was younger.
you know,
What were you gonna say then?
I said with running, I mean, you're using your legs even more. So, like, even when it was starting to get like colder, I was still wearing shorts and then a long sleeve shirt because my legs were getting too hot.
Yeah, I can
Mhm.
see that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind
Yeah.
of looking forward to finally getting to see Christmas movies with you. Just doing anything with you. I was just sitting. I'm telling Dad that we're recording. Give me another movie.
Um, uh, Christmas movie. I don't know. There's like the old ones like Holiday Inn and White
Mm,
Christmas.
oh, you're right. I love those. I love White Christmas. And we didn't watch it last year. And I think I said it up until March. We didn't watch White Christmas. We didn't watch Holiday Inn. We didn't watch. I could not get over it last year. I was so
On
upset.
anything. We didn't have them on anything.
Yeah, I thought we had purchased them on Amazon the year before or a couple years before. We just rented them.
I don't think we did. I think we watched them on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Well, look up ahead of time and see what we have to do. I really missed it. I love the music. Know, so, and it's so funny because I can remember a time how much I have grown about Christmas. So when y'all were younger, I thought everything had to be traditional Southern American Christmas.
Hmm.
I didn't like hip hop Christmas songs. I didn't like the dances and stuff like that, the hip hop Christmas dances at the shows. And I am so embarrassed that I felt that way.
Okay.
I mean, because there's so much beauty in it. I
Hmm.
mean, because I think that Christmas just happens to be a time when people kind of really do try to be on their best. And
Hmm.
so, and just because their um, art is different than what I'm accustomed to does not make it just as valuable because it is very valuable. And I have learned to love it. And in fact, the year we watched the Hip Hop Nutcracker,
Hmm.
I think our friend from Belgium was with us. My first time seeing it,
Hmm.
and I kind of asked her, what she thought about it. She said she really liked it. I mean, and I did. I
Hmm.
loved it. And then you told me the backstory about the writer, the main writer, and it just, of course, at that time of year, the sadness of that story. But yeah, I love that, and I'm so glad that I've kind of grown away from the stickiness of being so particular about stuff. I'm glad I've grown away from that. Okay, talking about Christmas movies. There's so many good ones on Netflix, and I have to every year because I don't know when Klaus came out.
That one was so good. And- But
That movie, and I am so hoping I get to see it again this year. Last year I had not watched it, and I'm pretty sure it was after Christmas, and your dad sat down and just turned it on,
yeah.
or maybe it was right before Christmas. I had not seen it yet, and I probably wasn't feeling all that great, and he
Mhm.
turned it on, and I
Yeah.
thought this is exactly what I needed.
Well,
I love this movie, love it.
last year I watched Christmas with the Cranks with Corey and Katie. And that was because it just kind of happened to be on. We were like, oh, let's watch it. It was really funny. That one was really good.
That one is really good. It's so funny.
I could see that being you and Dad.
She really does want everything perfect. The
Yeah.
food has to
And
be perfect, and
and then,
don't change the schedule.
yeah, and then just deciding, oh, like let's not do Christmas and then at the last minute having to do everything. I can see that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can see that happening. Um, there's another one. Jingle All the Way. I had not seen that in years, and I watched it last year again. Do you
Mhm.
know that one?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I know
Arnold
it.
Schwarzenegger is the dad, works all the time.
Okay. You were
And
talking about this, but I haven't seen it.
the kid in it is the kid that played young Anakin in the Phantom Menace.
Okay.
Is that the first one?
I think so.
Okay. Yes, he plays young Anakin,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants a certain toy. And the wife says, "All you gotta do is pick up this one toy." And
Mm-hmm.
you can imagine with that line the foreshadowing of
Mm-hmm.
what this movie is about.
Yeah.
Get the one toy,
Mm-hmm.
and it just it is fantastic. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's kind of at his best. I mean, it's almost as good as when he was kindergarten cop.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh my goodness.
I saw the one he was in with Danny DeVito. That movie.
Twins.
Yeah.
That's a really good one too. Yeah, I mean, it's super because I used to think, again, I used to think everything had to be perfect. And I know y'all think I'm still like that, but I promise you, I'm trying to show y'all I'm not. But when I first saw Arnold Schwarzenegger acting, to me, he was not perfect. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Now that I rewatch these movies, he's perfect. Any role he's been cast in was
Mm-hmm.
a role meant for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but it just they just seem to be perfect roles for him.
Um,
Okay, what about the little shorts? The shorts at Christmas.
um, I don't think I've watched all that many.
There's so many good ones.
Um, we watched the Guardians of the Galaxy one. That was really good. Yeah.
I
Give
love that one. You know I
it
love it.
bacon.
Give it bacon. Give it bacon. I love it. Love it. Love it. I love that one. Yeah, and I like that one that I watched. I mean, I know y'all watched it a few times with me, but now I just end up watching it by myself because I know y'all think it's kind of Angela. Is it Angela? Baby Jesus is cold, so she steals him out of the crib and
I
they
don't
give him and put a sweater on him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a short. It's a Christmas short. Anyway, they're poor and they go to the church for the Christmas Eve mass, and she
Okay.
sees the baby. It's not a real baby, but she sees the baby Jesus, and he doesn't have a blanket or anything, and she's just devastated. So she wants to take him home and get him a sweater. So she
Okay.
takes him,
Oh my goodness.
and she's like, I don't know, 5, 6, I don't know,
I don't know if it's a movie or a short, but yes, Virginia.
movie.
And she gets all the letters and like she wants to do. Yeah, I loved that. I've only seen it once, but it was like one of my favorite things.
It might be kind of one after. Okay, was there one called Christmas on 34th Street or something like that?
Miracle on 34th
Miracle on
Street.
34th Street. Yes, Virginia might be either like a sequel to that or a prequel to that.
No,
I don't
yes,
know.
Virginia was an animated movie.
There's also I thought there was also a black and white, older.
I don't think so. There are two versions of Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, there's an old black and white one which I love that one. I also look. Again
Yes,
talking about old
wait,
ones.
wait. Yes, Virginia, or she
Oh
gets
yeah, I like that one.
yeah.
I like that one. That
It's
one
one of
might be a short. I don't know.
it's short. It's 22 minutes long.
Okay. But okay, Miracle on 34th Street, and then some of the other black and whites we just talked about. Holiday Inn got it was it it wasn't in black and white originally, was it? Because White Christmas was originally black and white, and then they did the Technicolor. But
Really
I think Holiday Inn was Technicolor to start with. I think its first edition was Technicolor, but I don't remember for sure. Then there was Holiday. I mean,
talking
Miracle.
about were you talking about Angela's Christmas?
Maybe.
Because that was narrated by okay, so I know what you're talking about actually because I don't think I've seen it, but we talked about this because Frank McCourt wrote the story.
No, I'm loving Angela's Ashes, by the way.
Okay, yeah, and so it's based on a story that his mother Angela told him. So I think, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Now I'm gonna love it more. Now
Because
see,
the narrator is Malachi. Frank McCourt's brother, Malachi.
stop,
Yes.
stop, stop it. Oh my! See, okay, now I love it more, and now I have to see it every year. Now I have to, and I have is. I mean, did you read his next book, Tiz?
No.
Okay, I have to
I've
get it.
only read Angela's Ashes.
Well, I finally got back to it, and I mean, I haven't. You know, I'm going through it at a pretty good pace. I started back on it like Wednesday, and I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna sit and read this afternoon. Just do nothing but read.
It is a really
Um,
good book. The movie's actually
it
pretty
is.
good.
I'm really into it. We actually talked about because one of the students when I was doing my reading on Friday, they were reading. I've got this one student who, well, I've got several students that absolutely do not read. Like they don't read. And so this one asked me, I said, we're not talking about what book I'm reading. You need to read. And I have
Hmm.
to be really strict with them. I mean, I'm really mean.
Hmm.
And so after all the
Yeah.
writing and everything, right, I said, oh, let's stop early because asked about my book. I said, this book is called Angela's Ashes. I said, look right here. It says a memoir. Who knows what a memoir is?
Hmm.
Of course, I only had one that knew what a memoir was. And he said, it's your memory, your recall of events. I said,
Hmm.
absolutely. I said, and so this man wrote the book of what he recalls of his childhood, having been born in America and had to go back to Ireland because family was poor. He several brothers and sisters died for because mainly because they were poor, didn't have food, couldn't stay warm, all those things. They died as babies. I said, and this is his story. I said, now, would his version of the story be different than his brother's? And some of them were like, no, they grew up in the same house, they'd be exactly the same. And I was like, nope, we
They're
recall
different.
things differently. I said, we have different perspectives and we recall things differently. I said, my memories, I said, my sister's talking to me about wanting to write the book about our family. I said, but she would have to be with me because her memories aren't the same as my memories. I said, even as we talk about things, she
Mhm.
doesn't recall some of the things that I recall. I
Mhm.
said, and I don't recall everything that she recalls. I said, so, we would either have to write two separate books or we'd have to be together to write this book.
Mhm.
I said, and so I said, I read a book not too long ago
Mhm.
by this professor um, recalling her memories of childhood. And in the book, she flat out says, this is how I recall. My brother
Mhm.
will tell you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And she says that, in the book, yes, my memory is this, but my brother says this is not how it happened. But
Mhm.
this is what I remember.
Yeah.
And so, I think that that's fair. And, it was a good chance for us to talk about, the book so I could hopefully get them interested in possibly reading that book. I said, and, it also gave me an excuse to, while they were doing the writing, I could just keep reading.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I did not know Angela's Christmas was written by Frank and narrated by Malachi.
I think you
I am
did 'cause we talked
so
about
excited now to see it again because I used to watch it. I mean, I've been watching it for like 3 or 4 years in a row, 5 years in a row, maybe something like that. I love it.
it.
Oh, very good. Okay, so we like shorts. You like shorts.
Mhm.
I would think a lot of kids these days like the shorts because
Yeah.
you aren't really into sitting for long periods of time.
There was one, but I don't know if it's a Christmas one where the match girl, the matchstick girl, and she's trying to sell her matches and it's cold and she can't sell them or whatever.
No, but that sounds adorable. I don't know if I recall that, but that
Yeah.
sounds like something I'd probably like.
Maybe I watched it in a class in high school or something.
Oh, you think it was that long ago? You don't think it was when you were in London?
No, it was a long time ago. I think it was in that religion class I took.
So when you were in London, you didn't go see the Nutcracker. You just went to see the rehearsal
Little
type.
Match Girl.
I'm
It's an
sorry.
8 minute long short. It's called The Little Match Girl.
Okay, so can we watch that this year?
I don't know.
Oh, is it
It's on
on here?
it's a Disney short, so I should be able to watch it on Disney Plus.
Oh, we should be able to. Okay. There's some really good shorts on Disney. I mean,
And then
some really, really, really good ones.
mhm.
Even your dad likes to watch the shorts. He just laughs through 'em like a little kid. Just
This one's like really sad.
what's that?
This one's like really sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
then make sure I'm liquored up before I watch it, so I don't
Only like 8 minutes
get all
long.
sappy.
It is indeed on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, sorry, you were saying something about London.
Yeah, I want to know about Nutcracker. Did you only see the rehearsal, or did you
I did
go?
not see anything for it.
I thought you did.
No, saw a rehearsal for a different show and then I saw that show later. But I
I don't
wanted to.
want to talk about Nutcracker because I'm upset still about last year.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I'm just kidding.
Um,
I was. The reason I thought it and then stopped was because I thought you might be upset about last year.
about what last year?
We bought the tickets on one day and you thought it was for another.
Oh, yeah, because I got it for the wrong date. It's okay.
Well, that's a lot of money.
They were $25 each, so I mean not the most expensive tickets. At least they weren't
I'm glad
like
they went to $85 each and I paid for two.
huh.
I
Um
am really sad I mean, I felt terrible for you. I felt absolutely terrible for you. I mean, I probably cried because, I thought, I know how sad that made you feel.
yeah, because I don't get to go see it live anymore. Like I you know,
Well, one day you will. I mean,
no.
it, one day you will.
Yeah. I mean I just miss being in it.
I know
Yeah.
you do. I'm sorry. Sorry. I was looking at some pictures of Amber in it. I think when she was Clara. Uh, when I was, because I had to sleep in her room one night,
Mhm.
and those are some of the pictures that were out. I thought, oh, so nice.
Mhm.
But yeah, I know you miss the dance, and you know, you know what? That would be a nice goal for you. Talk to that lady and see if y'all could put on a production of it, and y'all start in August like you did when you were
But
doing it.
no ballet classes there.
But that's what I'm saying. If they know that this production is going to happen at Christmas or around this season,
It's
they
not
might.
that easy because you'd have to get people that can dance on point. You have to get like there's so many things that go into it. Like it wouldn't happen. You'd have to have people that can be like that are good enough at like certain things that are at a certain level to be in certain roles and they won't have
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want it to be a sad show. I want this to be a happy show. You got to think of some good happy movies then.
Okay.
I'm just ready to be there to be able to watch them.
Mhm.
You know, because there's um, I don't want to get even if I'm watching some stuff on my Kindle. I don't want to watch. I'm only going to watch the Hallmark type stuff because I
Okay.
don't want to watch anything that I want to be with my family to watch by
Okay.
myself. I just,
Mhm.
again, that part I'm not gonna change.
Mhm.
I think that because I know I don't want to be super sad about it. I don't want to be kind of whiny, and I think I would be whiny if I didn't get to be with you guys watching certain things, behaving in certain ways, drinking certain things. Yeah, but
Mhm. Been talking for almost maybe it's been about an hour.
okay. So this is good.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's say one more happy movie and then we'll end,
Okay.
and you could cut that part out.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked about the Hallmark movies, which unfortunately I love, especially love the ones that are the setting is like in Iceland or Norway or Finland or even Alaska. Those very northern regions. There's some set in parts of Canada that make me want to visit those parts, during winter months. So
Mhm.
I love those movies that kind of get me excited about visiting somewhere in the
Yeah.
winter. Because of course I want snow in a Christmas movie. But I will say this: I don't know if you know of any of Elvis's Christmas movies.
No.
I don't recall too many of them where he wasn't in Hawaii or something.
Okay.
Which maybe he didn't have too many Christmas movies. I don't remember. I just remember Elvis movies,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of times he was, in an
Uh,
at an island, in an island, on an island. I don't know. I said all the prepositions, so surely I got one of them correct. Uh,
yeah.
hopefully.
Mhm.
So Elvis, I thought, there were some good Elvis movies, but I don't remember if there had been a Christmas movie when I was a kid. So, and then as far as when I was a kid, I think of Bing Crosby. I think of White Christmas.
Well, I
Um,
sang Blue Christmas for Elvis.
I'm sorry.
Blue Christmas for Elvis. That's a song he has. Is that a
That is
movie?
definitely. I don't recall it being a movie, but it might have been. Um, and so, but yeah, so I remember the Bing Crosby movie a lot as a kid.
Huh.
Um, and then you know, not until I had Justin did we have Home Alone and
Mhm.
something like that, something fun like that that I can recall. Because we had a Christmas Story, but
Yeah.
we didn't have that. I mean, that wasn't until gosh, I don't remember that until I don't even remember watching that before Justin was 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know. Maybe he was 5 years old.
Which one?
A Christmas Story.
That came out in the 80s, I think.
I don't remember watching it before 1990.
Okay.
So, because Justin was probably 4 or 5, and maybe I'm wrong about that year. It might have been later than that. So, but uh, that
It came
one, that is
19
my classic. That is my classic.
Okay. It came
And
out in 83.
83. Okay, so yeah, I didn't watch it before that. I don't think. Before 90. Because Justin, yeah, I'm pretty sure Justin was,
Mhm.
like 5.
Mhm.
Uh, so that's one that. So, like, if your nieces or nephew, you had to watch your nieces or nephew. Okay, let's just say Vivi, your little niece,
And then,
no cousin, your little cousin. You had to watch that one on Christmas.
huh.
What movie are you going to make her watch?
Hmm. I don't know. Probably How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Uh,
Okay, so what if she's 7?
7? I think she's old enough for Elf at 7.
Okay, so what about Finnegan? 7.
Eh, 7?
He
Elf
comes to
still?
visit you in London.
Yeah. I'm still gonna go with Elf.
Okay, I get it. I really thought you were going with Home Alone, but
Well, I would. Home Alone would be earlier than that.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I love Elf. I
Mhm.
absolutely, I
Yeah.
just love Elf. I think it might be one that kind of grates on your dad's nerves, but I love it. I just, and that's another one I know by heart, probably.
Mm. Son of a nutcracker! It's my favorite line.
North Pole Elf. But I do love son of a nutcracker.
Oh my God! Santa!
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's so funny, so good. I can't wait to see it with you. I can't wait for us to sit and watch it. It's gonna be good. Well, we really hope that you've enjoyed listening today.
We'll be back next week with a new bottle of wine and a new topic. In the meantime, if you want to join the conversation, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Wine Together Pod.